For me, part of my premise is that I'm looking for that ratio. If I could find a property, even if it's in a bad area, say it's worth 50 grand, if I can get it for $1,000, I'm going to buy that property and I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to flip that thing very quickly. Which brings me to the thing that I've learned, which is to start small. Okay, you don't need to go into this thing guns blazing and spend all of your money. Maybe give yourself a budget of just a couple grand at first, or maybe even just go to a sale and practice. Don't put that pressure on yourself, all right? So start small and move your way up. There are times where I was actually just talking to a guy today about $1 million property. So you want to start small and work your way up. Now it depends on your budget, depends on your experience, but for me, getting started 20 years ago, I had no experience. I didn't even know what I was doing. I was like scared and nervous and, having that thought in my head of like, is this too good to be true? If this is so good, if this is so easy, then why isn't everybody doing this? There's got to be something, there's got to be some sort of scam going on here. And there definitely isn't. What I learned is when I got into this stuff, I was super excited. I was telling everybody about it, but the problem was I didn't quite understand it well enough to be able to explain it to people. So I was literally like, hey, you can buy properties up to 90% off. You can make this interest rate. And people would start asking me questions like, how? Like, what is this tax lien thing? Or what happens if the tax lien doesn't redeem? Or that question of like, if this is so good, then why isn't everybody doing it? And I would just say, well, like, if people don't pay their taxes, you can go buy it. And the thing is people will start asking like what if questions. Well, what about this? What about that? And I kind of looked like an idiot because I couldn't answer some of the questions. So what I learned from that is the fact that if you're going to get into this, learn the basics so you can explain it. And then one thing that started to happen was once I figured out how to explain it to people, then they started to line up to want to invest with me. And to do that, obviously you need to educate yourself. So that's why you're here as a beginner, and that's what we're here to do, is to help you use this information to either, get out of that 9-to-5 job, or to create the legacy wealth that you're looking to do, or to travel. Those are kind of all the reasons why I got into this. I was working in the oil field, and I just didn't like minus 40. I didn't like risking my life and having a couple close accidents that almost ended this precious life. And that's what led me to Tax Liens and Deeds. I was driving around in the front end loader listening to tapes. That's old school, listening to tapes on how to do this stuff, all right? So make sure you understand it. I learned that lesson because once I understood it, then I could go ahead and explain it, okay?